Welcome back to the Edwards Report. My name's Kaylin. Quick question. Did you know that the average American is now paying $755 per month for a new car? That's more than many people's mortgages were just a decade ago. Today, we're diving deeper into the car payment crisis that's enslaving Americans to debt and how some of them just can't find a way out.
My car is about to go to the auction. They got repoed on October 12th. I'm coming to pick up my personal items, clear it out. The car seat was in the car, his stroller and all of this stuff. So I had to put him in his newborn carrier seat. How do I feel? I feel relieved yet scared. I feel relieved in the sense that when I bought the car, I had bought out my lease basically. The second me financing it was kind of like double that of what I leased it. So I just thought that was ridiculous. Like, yeah. I ended up paying more for the car than what it was actually worth. And honestly, last week, I was ready to give the car up for that very reason. And it wasn't that I wasn't able to manage the payments, because I could have, but it was like, did I really want to? Because sometimes I feel like we forget to do something because we ain't feeling it.
I get that. We just kind of want to be a little, like, for lack of better words, irresponsible, because dealing with the reality of the situation is just too much. It's tough.
But I know God has a plan, so I really ain't concerned about it. I have my grandma's car right now that me and my son's dad, I guess we'll be sharing until he gets something, because it's my grandma's car. Other than that, for real, y'all, life has been beating me up, okay? Like, when I say beating me up. Like, it's been something after something after something after something after something after something after something. And I'm tired. I'm just ready to release some stuff. Say bye-bye, car. Bye-bye, car.
See, that's the saddest thing. Seeing her son right here with her having to experience this. Obviously, he doesn't quite know what's going on, but he could probably feel that his mom isn't in the best situation. I hate seeing that, man.
Leslie,
Sir?
What do you drive?
Mazda C3, 2019.
What do you pay a month?
700.
What do you drive?
I drive a 2024 Ram TRX.
How much do you pay a month?
$753 a month.
What do you drive?
2021 Charger SXT.
How much do you pay a month?
$1,100.
Ram 1500.
How much do you pay a month?
800.
This is confirming, though, what we just said. Like, on average, is $750 a month. That's insane. I remember when it was like $200, $300.
I drive a 2019 Silverado High Country.
How much do you pay a month?
Right at 1,000.
What do you drive?
A Ram?
How much do you pay a month?
$648.
He should have said, I rent. That's how much it is.
Yes, sir. What do you drive?
I drive a 2021 Hellcat Charger.
How much do you pay a month?
$907.
You guys know that if you get your car towed and you just never do anything about it, that you get charged like $65 a day for every day that it's there. I didn't know that, and I found out today that I owe $21,000 to CTS Towing. Love it.
Is that real? Any of you guys who know in the comments, let me know. Is that real? It can go up that high? 21,000. How many days was it in there? She had it in there for some months.
And before you say anything, no, not $2,100, $21,000. My car got towed in September 22nd of last year. And I was so stupid drunk all the time that I just never dealt with it. Just never thought to deal with that problem.
That's a whole new car. Like, that's crazy.
Until today, I'm driving down the road and I'm like, holy, I own 2 cars. Like, where's my car? And so I find my car and they say, $21,000, please. And I say, oh, please, no. They said, if you can't pay it, we'll just send it to collections. I was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And yeah, they gave me a number that I have to call on Monday. So hopefully that'll fix that problem. But I can't pay them any of that. I cannot pay that. It's like a community college education, right?
That's way more than a community college education. That's a whole bachelor's degree at a state school.
There.
Here's another reason to make your car payment on time. Ford in the process of a patent application for self-driving
Don't buy a Ford if you plan on missing payments.
cars to drive away from their owners. After a series of missed payments, Ford's proposal will force the car to drive itself to a repossession agency. Having the car drive away would be a last resort. The patent application shows Ford would first pressure delinquent owners by disabling some of the car's features.
At this point, I'm just going to give me a car with some roll-up windows because this technology is entirely too fancy for me. I mean, like, could you imagine waking up and, like, hearing something, you thinking somebody's stealing your car, but your car's stealing itself?
If my car started going away, if my car started driving away by itself, oh my goodness, we're cooked. Why didn't nobody think of this?
All right, it's hitting me now. I got my car repoed on Friday. So this weekend, that happened. So I got my car repoed on Friday. It is now Monday. And I'm grabbing my stuff from my car, and I'm trying to hold it together. And, you know, kept telling myself, if it's not okay, it's not the end. Woo. But, till we see each other again.
I almost can't tell if she's trolling, like talking to it like it's a real person, but I know people be doing that with objects lately. It doesn't take away from the fact that I know this is emotional, but
This is the last time I see you. You were so good to me. Well, next time, my love.
yeah, I don't know what's up with talking to the car, but hey, everybody copes in a different way. But as we always do, it's time for me to actually expose or at least shine light on the problem. These clips are really kind of highlighting the insanity that we're seeing in today's car market. The latest data shows that Americans now owe a staggering $1.65 trillion in auto loan debt, making it the second highest debt category behind mortgages. The average loan for a new car has reached $41,572, while used car loans average $26,468. These loans are now being stretched over an average of 68 months for new vehicles and 67.2 months for used cars, which is effectively keeping people in debt longer than ever. But the thing that's really the most concerning to me is that the auto loan delinquencies are hitting record highs, with 6.6% of subprime borrowers at least 60 days past due on their payments as of January 2025. Even prime borrowers with good credit are showing signs of financial stress. People are literally going broke trying to look rich. But the Bible warns us about this exact situation. We say it all the time. Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. I will keep repeating it every video until it is burned in everyone's heads so that we can release as many people as possible from the bondage of debt. When you sign up for a $1,000 plus monthly payment, you're not just buying a car, you're selling your freedom. The car industry knows exactly what they're doing too. They've made it easy to focus only on the monthly payment while hiding the true cost of ownership. Beyond the loan itself, insurance premiums are up nearly 20% year over year, and the repair costs have climbed 33% since 2020. And when you add in interest over a 6 to 7 year loan term, many people are paying $20,000 to $30,000 more than the actual value of their vehicle. So why are we seeing TikTok videos of people proudly announcing their $1,400, $1,700, or $2,500 payments? Well, it's because our culture has trained us to value status over substance and appearance over actual wealth. So if you guys out there are people who value actually not being broke, I want you to go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to this channel. You might be where you are right now, but I want you to be honest with this. Have you guys ever been trapped in an expensive car payment? Go ahead and share your story in the comment section below.
Okay, people keep asking about the yearly update. I'm sorry to disappoint y'all, but I do not have a car yet. But you know what? Universe, God has provided me in mysterious ways, okay?
So you're over here talking to the cars, and now it's the universe. People, it's not funny. There is a God, and God has a name, Yahweh. But I won't get preachy, but people just be confused. So whenever I get the opportunity, I always got to remind folks who the real king is.
I may not have a car of my own right now, but I am staying with family in another state, which, by the way, last year, after losing my car, you know, I was spending all that money on ride shares and couldn't make money for rent, so I lost not only my car but my apartment, which ultimately made me move to a different state. So now,
here's a story time to make y'all feel better. The time that my car got repo. In 2015, we were in 2015. I got a 2015 Chrysler 200. Yo, my car was running on those run flats forever because I could not afford to get them replaced. Mind you, I got the car because my sugar daddy put the down payment on it.
Sugar daddy? What?
We broke up. I said, who paying that? God. Katie can't afford that. Yo, me and the lady that was collecting the money was so good friends at that point because she really was on it. She would call me. She's like, Katie, don't you hang up. Don't take my car, because I ain't got no car. I need to go work. She said, Katie, you better pay at least 1 month out of the 3 because you about to get that car repo.
So since I made that video talking about how we're trying to normalize $600 car payments, I've noticed in the comments that a lot of people truly do not.
It's normal to have $600 car payments? Yikes.
Understand
Where?
The concept of interest. And I said this in a comment video that I stitched, but I truly think it's because y'all were never taught and y'all had nobody to guide you on the purchase journey.
Yes, sir. Miss Tendra came out here and got this 2021 Nissan Rogue. Miss Tendra, how much did you put down? All right. How much was your monthly payment? $490. All right. How long are you financing for? All right. Only $324.
Zero down on a 2021 Nissan Rogue. $490 a month. For 324 months. Are we serious?
324 months. There are 12 months in a year. Do you know how long that is? That's 27 years.
That's a mortgage.
$490 a month for 320.
I just got dizzy, y'all. Excuse me.
24 months is $158,000.
Yeah, that's a literal house.
Do you want to know how much the car is actually worth?
What's y'all guess? Gotta guess. $17,000.
$23,000.
Wow.
The average SUV only lasts up to 200,000 miles. The average American drives about 15,000 miles a year. That means a car lasts about 13 years if you do everything right by it. Keep in mind, she already got it when it was 3 years old. So that's 10 years left on the car. That means she still has 17 years left on the car to pay. After the
she better stop making sense.
Car has gone kaput. That's not even including any interest or any other miscellaneous fees. Do you know what you could get for this amount?
Hey, no, this is slavery. This is modern day slavery. Wow.
260 months. That
$1,000 down, $389 per month for 267 months.
22 years. 587 months. That's 49 years.
Nah,
a 2016 Chevy Silverado with 287,000 miles. That means he may be able to drive it out of the parking lot. $679 a month for 387 months. That's 32 years.
Sometimes it's so absurd. All you can do is laugh.
Years.
No,
do you know how much that is?
No way.
$266,000.
No.
Grace, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
$1,784.
Demetrius, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
Oh, like 2,100.
Roy, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
It was $1,958.
Jesus. Leslie.
He's at the car place, too, the dealership. So they're being honest.
What's the highest payment you've seen?
1,400.
Hey guys, what's the highest payment y'all have ever seen?
2,435.
March?
3,200.
Jesus. What's the highest payment you've seen?
Highest payment I've seen, probably like 1,900.
Raul, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
2,500 and you can be next.
People are really out here paying $3,000 for a car. That's wild. But now we got to talk about the psychology behind what is possessing people to do this insane stuff. So what we're seeing in these videos reveals a deeper truth about the psychology behind buying a car here in America. Car manufacturers have mastered the art of tying your identity to the vehicle that you drive. For men especially, that means that big truck or that luxury SUV isn't just transportation. It's becoming a statement about who they are. And as I was doing my research, I came across one of these comments that said, too many people are buying things they don't want with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. The data shows that this issue is getting even worse, not better. Economic uncertainty, rising inflation, the unstable job markets, all create a financial strain on households, making it harder to keep up with payments that were already too high to begin with. People buy vehicles during optimistic economic times only to struggle when the economic reality sets in. And that's kind of what's happening right now. Our whole economy has been blown up on hot air for quite a while, and we're beginning to see the groanings of an economic recession. The Bible addresses this mindset in 1 John 2:16. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life come not from the Father, but from the world. The desire for status, the need to impress others, and the unwillingness to delay gratification, these aren't God's design for our lives. True wealth isn't about appearing rich. It's about actually being financially free. I don't know how many times I need to say that on this channel. It's about having options, not obligations. If you guys are getting value from this breakdown at all, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. What financial myths did you once believe that you now realized were traps? Let me know in the comment section below.
Well, y'all, if my life couldn't get any worse, my car got repoed. Yep. My car got repoed, and if you don't know, me and my kids were living in my car, except when we get a couple extra dollars to get a room. So we were packing up yesterday to go back to the car, put everything in there, came back out not even 10 minutes later, and my car was gone. It's like I have no words. It's like I don't know if my mother, my family, my ancestors, somebody down the line in my life sorry y'all. It's like I don't know if somebody put a curse on me.
No, it's not a curse. Sometimes it's just the results of your actions, or the consequences rather. Sometimes it's the results of other people's actions towards you, and you just get the butt end of it. But no, it's not a curse. It's very unfortunate though.
If I was sacrificed before I was born, I don't know if my father's family somebody did some shit to me, because this life don't make sense for me. This don't make sense for me. I don't bother nobody. I don't do wrong by anybody. And I understand with life things happen, but it's like I don't understand. And you know what really pisses me off about this situation? That I wasn't gonna share until it was set in stone. But it's not gonna happen now. I'm literally a week away from moving and packing up all my stuff and moving to another city. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I had 3 job offers after waiting months, y'all. Months. 3 job offers. And I had options after waiting months. And I finally picked the place and accepted the job offer. A week away. I'm literally was supposed to move this week, next week, and my kids were supposed to go with my sister for the summer so I can get back on my feet. And I literally asked God, I was like, if it's not meant for me to go, give me a sign. I didn't think he would be this dramatic and take my car away. Like, you could have just said no. Now I have no way of getting my children all the way to Houston from Dallas. We have no clothes. Nowhere to wash our clothes. This is the only outfit I have. My daughter's been working for us to get rooms. She has no way to get back and forth. Like, I'm just so over life.
I have to disagree with the notion that anytime something bad in our life happens, that we just blame it on God. Certainly, we live in a fallen world, a very chaotic world where bad things happen to everybody. I don't believe that there are any good people because we're all sinners. None of us are righteous outside of the blood of Jesus being applied to us. So bad things don't happen to necessarily good people. Bad things happen to bad people because of the sin that exists in the world. This seems like an unfortunate situation, but it doesn't seem like it is random. It seems like this could just be the choices that she's made in her life that have made these possibilities more probable. And I think instead of, and this is not to come down on her, this is just a general principle, instead of blaming people when we are experiencing the consequences of our actions, we should start to take responsibility, because it's actually the blame shifting to other people or even putting it on God that is preventing us from getting out of situations like this. So it seems like she was going to get on her feet. She had her sister watching her 3 kids. Hopefully she can look back retrospectively and see the decisions that led to her being in this situation and then choose a different way so she can get a different result.
I think it's finally time to address the fact that cars are so expensive nowadays, and here's why. Look, I don't think it's any secret that cars are very expensive nowadays. Hell, everything is expensive nowadays. You used to be able to get a car about, 10 years ago and spend about $20,000 and be perfectly fine. It would be a nice car. Now, you look at a $20,000 car and you're looking at something that's 8 years old, almost 100,000 miles on it, bad Carfax. It's just not a good situation. And a lot of people think it's the car manufacturer's fault and that car manufacturers and car dealerships are being greedy. And to a certain extent, that's true. To a certain extent. But it's also not. And I'll tell you, I'm going to use something in Toyota's lineup as an example. This is a Tundra. This was 2021 before they redesigned the Tundra into the current body style. You used to be able to get a Tundra starting out at $33,675 before destination charges. That was a very cheap truck that you could get. If you look at that same truck now, that same truck goes for $39,965, an almost $6,000 increase. Actually, a $6,000 increase before destination charges. After destination, you're looking at a $41,000 truck. Starting out, that's before anything else. That's just your base model, which no one even buys. And here's why those numbers matter. If you look at this right here, in 2021, they sold 81,000 of them. 2022, whenever they redesigned them, added all the technology, which is what everyone was asking for, they sold 104,000. 2023, they sold 125,000. They have consistently sold more Tundras year over year, even though they're more expensive. Here's the fact of the matter. Consumers drive the market. Consumers dictate what the manufacturers do and don't do based on what they buy. People don't buy vehicles now that don't have technology on them. And that's how you get cheap vehicles. People want the technology. People want the touchscreen, the safety features, the blind spot monitoring, 360 camera, heated seats, sunroof. Everyone wants that stuff. And once you start adding that into vehicles, the price just goes up. And that's the unfortunate truth. I am going to acknowledge the dealership markups during COVID because that was crazy. That shouldn't have happened. The fact that dealerships were marking up $10,000, $15,000 over MSRP shouldn't have been a thing. But it was. It's not anymore, though. You can actually get a really good deal on just about every single vehicle that you go to buy. But they're all expensive. And that's the situation.
So as always, you guys know we don't just come here to look at these clips and laugh or even cry with people. We come here to learn, and usually I try and give some tips or keys to success. So now that we understand what the problem is, let's look at a blueprint that could help for handling transportation without becoming a slave to debt. First, I think people need to adopt a mindset of contentment. In Philippians 4:11 through 12, Paul writes, I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. Contentment is a powerful weapon against the marketing that tells you you have to keep up with the Joneses. The second is to use the power of cash and patience. Dave Ramsey advises paying yourself what would be your car payment every single month. If you pay $1,200 a month on a car loan, instead save that amount. And after 10 months, you'd have $12,000 to buy a car outright. Keep saving that amount, and in another 10 months, you could upgrade to a $24,000 car, all without the interest. The third is to break free from the mindset of status. As I was researching, one commenter proudly stated that their Toyota had 309,000 miles, and it's always been the ugliest car in the parking lot. But they said they take that as a badge of honor. What if we all viewed our paid off vehicles as a symbol of wisdom, rather than seeing financed luxury as success? Finally, remember what really matters eternally. Jesus said in Luke 12:15 to watch out, to be on guard against all kinds of greed, that life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. A depreciating vehicle that spends most of its time sitting in a parking lot isn't worth sacrificing your financial peace. The data confirms this wisdom. Subprime borrowers who took on too much car debt are now experiencing record delinquencies, and lenders are tightening standards in response. The financial strain of excessive auto loans is spreading across all income levels. And those who avoided this trap, well, they have financial flexibility that others can only dream of. So go ahead and subscribe to theedwardsreport.com for more content like this. There I expand even more unfiltered thoughts and biblical application for all of today's stories and challenges.
I feel like a failure, and it goes so much further than that. I am currently sitting in a vehicle that is technically no longer mine. I am surrendering it to the lender, so they will be repossessing it. I can no longer afford it. I can't afford the upkeep, the insurance, anything to do with it. I bought it brand new in 2015, shortly after buying a house. The house is since gone. And I have paid more on this vehicle than it was ever worth. I'm just taking this video as like posterity. Had a lot of adventures with my dogs. I've driven across the country and to Canada multiple times. I've moved across the country a couple times. We've had all kinds of stuff in here, including 4 cats and 2 rabbits. We've moved a hamster. Yeah, so this vehicle will be going bye-bye. Just another symbol of my failure as a human being.
Wow, that's dark.
And it sucks. And I don't know when I will ever own a vehicle again. And that sucks too. Being 50 years old and in this position is not something I wish upon anybody. But she was good to me. We went a lot of places. We did a lot of things. And I love her. And I always will. But In the end, it's just a vehicle.
The common theme I'm seeing are people are personifying these inanimate objects, these cars. And the fact that this guy has so many animals that he is traveling with, I think is symbolic of a larger void that the topic of this video will not allow us to talk about or expand upon.
And time to move on, I guess.
Boy, getting your vehicle repossessed will humble your ass. One of my neighbors had a BMW, right? Speak sometimes look at you like you ain't. I saw them repo people take it. I just saw him. He wouldn't even look my way because he embarrassed. See, let me tell you something. And I've tasted repossession before, baby. I've tasted it. That initial blow, that hurt. But one thing I always did, I always had a backup vehicle. I don't give a damn if it's a hoop.
Have a back?
Because one thing I learned about when you buy these vehicles, anything can happen with your money. And
Wait. You already have a car and you going out and getting another one? And she said she doesn't care if it's a hoopty? That's what you need to be driving. You already got a car. Why are you getting another one? Lord, my people. My people, what are we doing? What are we doing? You in a whole new car and you already got an old one. What? This is why we be getting cooked. Drive the hoopty. Drive it till the wheels fall off. Stop trying to impress people. What?
You want to make sure that you're not a slave to that. When they took my, I was in something else. I wasn't finna cry about that. Yeah, the initial, because you be done put all that money in them. But at the same time, keep you a backup vehicle and don't
make your backup the main vehicle. Don't get the extra and trying to flex on people. Because this is how they act. She felt like she was getting flexed on by her neighbor. And she's over here basically rejoicing in him and his downfall. And he shouldn't even been trying to impress her, flexing on her. This is crazy. So as you guys can see, the car payment crisis in America reflects a deeper spiritual crisis, choosing temporary status over lasting freedom. And as we've seen, the biblical principles of contentment, patience, and wise stewardship offer a much better way. You can choose to be like those paying $2,500 for vehicles that are rapidly depreciating, or you can choose financial peace through delayed gratification and wise purchasing. You can chase the approval of others with luxury vehicles, or you can build true wealth through consistent, patient investing. The choice is yours. Financial bondage or financial freedom. If this message has helped you at all, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. And go ahead and share this with someone you know who's considering purchasing a car or struggling with car payments. What's the most valuable lesson that you've learned about cars and debt? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'm pretty sure everybody would greatly appreciate reading it. Thank you guys for watching this video once again, and I pray that the Lord blesses you, that he keeps you, that he makes his face shine on you, that he is gracious to you. And I pray that the Lord turns his face towards you and that he gives you peace.